This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 703, Getting Motivated When You're Feeling Anything But, by Tim Paige with EOFire.com. And welcome back to Optimal Startup Daily, where I read to you every single day from some of the great blogs on entrepreneurship out there. And this is from Tim Paige, who's writing with EOFire, and we're going to get right to it as we optimize your life. Getting Motivated When You're Feeling Anything But, by Tim Paige with EOFire.com. Entrepreneurship isn't the easiest route in the world. Most of us don't choose it because it seems like an easy way to earn a buck. Rather, we choose it because it excites us and allows us opportunities that we might not otherwise be able to take advantage of. The problem is, even with a business we're so passionate about we can hardly sleep at night, motivation can be a funny thing. It can be here in an instant and gone again in a flash, and it always seems to leave at the absolute worst time. Here are some tips that I've found help me regain motivation in tough times. 1. Take a break. This is counterintuitive advice for a lot of people. Everyone around you will tell you to suck it up and get to work. After all, you're an entrepreneur for a reason, right? But honestly, I found this advice to be ineffective. When I recognize my motivation waning or bailing completely, I take a minute away to refocus. Sometimes it's just quiet time alone to allow all the clutter in my brain to dissipate. Other times I'll do some type of physical activity. How I always end it, though, is with a reminder of why I'm doing whatever it is that I need motivation to do. In business and in life, the exciting things are sometimes accompanied by some not so exciting things. It's incredibly easy to lose sight of the results of our activity when the activity itself isn't something we particularly love doing or one that suits our skill set. The best way to deal with this is to envision the results that we're trying to achieve. Draw out the finished product. Imagine yourself skinny or muscular. Hear yourself talking to your happy customers. See your relationship strengthening. Then weigh that against the uninteresting work we have to do to get there. Is it worth it? Of course. Use that imagery to get back to work. 2. Talk it out. A lot of the time, the best way to overcome lack of motivation is to drop the anchor. When I'm struggling with actually doing something, it feels like I'm nailed to the floor. I almost feel incapable of action. So I'll talk to a mentor or accountability partner about what's going on. The right person will be able to listen and understand what's happening and provide you with that verbal support that will keep you on track. Most of the time, the simple act of letting loose a little bit will dislodge the weight holding you down and allow you to get moving again. When that's not enough, make sure your partner is prepared to talk you through it all. I've had people point out that I'm focusing my energy entirely on things that only end up completely sucking all my energy out. When that happens, it's not too difficult to pivot and regain momentum. 3. Reassess what you're doing. Even with the most noble, fulfilling tasks, it's possible to lose momentum. Sometimes, though, it's a sign that what we're doing isn't what we're meant to be doing. Seth Godin writes in The Dip, quote, "The old saying is wrong. Winners do quit, and quitters do win." End quote. Godin goes on to explain the meaning of the dip, noting that those who achieve the greatest success are those who have the ability to, quote, escape dead ends quickly while staying focused and motivated when it really counts. End quote. Recognizing when you're in a dip that you should escape and when you're in a dip that you should muscle through isn't easy. But if you're doing something that you feel isn't what you're meant to be doing, then maybe taking Godin's advice and quitting isn't a bad solution. For example, prior to starting the Awesome podcast, I started working on building a website to help people struggling in their marriages. I began collecting email interviews with people who I felt had great marriages, and I put them all together in a Word doc. I sorted through them to find the most valuable pieces of advice, and then turned that into a series of blog posts. Then I got stuck. I started to realize that I wasn't truly passionate about what I was doing. I love my marriage, and I wish the best of luck to other people in their relationships. But the idea of building this site and hoping to be able to help others obtain successful marriages and the experiences that come with them didn't light a fire in me. Every task I tried to complete was so difficult for me that I finally quit. But once I quit, it freed me up to do the thing that I'm absolutely in love with. And that's what's got me to where I am now. I knew I was in a dip that I would never get out of, and I'm so thankful that I recognized it and moved on. I hope this advice helps you become motivated when you're feeling anything but. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a surefire way to stay motivated all the time. Sometimes the only way to get motivated again is to dig deep, force yourself to get to work, and hope that momentum will be in your favor again. You just listened to the post titled, Getting Motivated When You're Feeling Anything But, by Tim Paige with EOFire.com. Thank you to John Lee Dumas of EOFire for letting us share articles from his website, including today's. Since 2012, JLD has interviewed over 2,000 incredible entrepreneurs, including Tony Robbins, Barbara Corcoran, Tim Ferriss, and many more. But that came after a lot of hard work and soul-searching. After serving as an active duty Army officer for 4 years, John tried law school, he was a first-semester dropout, corporate finance, and commercial real estate. These days, he hosts a podcast, teaches podcasting, creates journals, and a lot more. And he also posts his revenue every month on his site, sharing exactly where it's coming from. And it's pretty much always 6 figures monthly, so he's doing quite well. And you can check all of that out and learn more about him at EOFire.com. Okay, that's going to do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it and are having a happy Saturday. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for the Sunday show, and that is where your optimal life awaits.